What's going on, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here, and today we're going to be breaking down the Devastator as a part of their skill trees that has been presented to the community. I don't know who actually built this spreadsheet, but the link is in the description below if you want to go start trying to think about your builds as you get ready for the demo on February 25th or the full release here on April 1st. We can see here within the legend, if I just kind of increase the font size, we've got the Vanquisher, which is the top tier tree, Warden, which is the middle tree, and the bottom tree is Seismic Shifter. You can see where the lines have this gray line. That's going to be where you can transition between skill lines. And so far, this Devastator is going to have the melee skill. It's going to deal X damage and inflict bleed status on all enemies hit. The healing mechanic for the Devastator is every close range kill heals you by 24% of your maximum health, and you're also going to receive an additional 50% maximum health and an increase of armor by 30%. We're going to start with the top tier tree, and we're just going to kind of go over the skills and get a good idea of what you want to try to do for these different passives. So Havoc is going to increase your weapon damage by 8%. From here, it looks like you're going to be given a choice between Shotgun Adept, which is going to increase shotgun damage by 12%, or Armor Breaker, increasing your armor penetration by 10%. Here we go with Shotgun Master, which is going to increase your shotgun damage by 20%, and your shotgun will drop 12% more often. I don't understand that context, but we'll have to play around with that. Havoc also then increases, again, your weapon damage by 8%. You can then travel down the tree in this case, and it looks like it's an unnamed skill at this point, some sort of cooldown reduction in this case. Then you've got Assault Adapt. This is going to increase your assault weapons by damage by 12%, or Armor Breaker, another armor penetration by 10%. Here then you got another Havoc, which is another 8% increase to weapon damage, and your Kinetic Charge up here at the top tree, after a kinetic ability ends, increases your weapon damage by 20% for 10 seconds. So a nice little buff on yourself, and you can see the different affected skills that they have pictured there. Then you've got an option between Bullseye and another unknown or unnamed skill, increases your critical damage by 20%, or you can have a talent, this icon, buff range weapons on the Technomancer. Maybe that's a holdover from an earlier note that they were working on these skill trees, so maybe unclear from the different information that's been presented. You can choose then an Assault Master, increase your assault weapons damage by 20%, and assault weapons drop 12% more often, and I'm betting that means more into the ammo that is available for them. Another Havoc buff for an 8% weapon increase in damage. And then it looks like a choice between Perpetual Motion, reduces kinetic skill cooldown by 15%, or Brawler, increases your weapon damage at close range by 15%. That would be something that sounds like it'd be really beautifully paired with a shotgun. Then you have a Dry 'em Out, increases your weapon leech by 5%. And then another, looks like, a skill holder, placeholder for Havoc, could be weapon damage increase in this case. Unknown on the top, unknown for the gear symbol, unknown for that drop down option. And then you have Bounty Hunter, increase damage, physical damage against elites by 15%, and reduces damage done to elites by 15%. So done by, okay, I misread that, I apologize. So you're going to do more damage to elites and take less damage from elite enemies. Then it looks like you got another choice, in this case, Dry Them Out, which is going to increase your weapon leech by 5%, Armor Breaker, or in this case, Armor Breaker 10%, and then Altered Charge. When kinetic skill ends, increases your weapon damage by 70% for 10 seconds. So you can see the different affected skills, in this case, from the image provided. So that is our top tier Devastator tree. Let's jump into our middle tier here, starting off with Colossus, increasing your health by 10%. And then you have a choice between Tank, increases your armor by 20%, or Anomaly in the Veins, every second regenerates your health by 1%. Oh my gosh, like I definitely would be that. I love those automatic just self heals. Another Colossus by 10%. And this again connecting to that skill tree in this case. Into the Fray increases your damage mitigation by 20% for 10 seconds, and a damage weapon increase here that's a part of that kind of skill tree connection line. Then going further in this case, you've got Resist the Mob, increases your resistance by 15% for each enemy in close range. And then you have, again, another Anomaly in the Veins, it increases your regen health by 1%. So if you pick two, that'd be a 2% health regen automatically. Another health increase of Colossus for 10% health. And then another anomaly in the veins or tank option tree tier choice right there. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything. Strong arm anomaly increases after using stone push, increase resistant penetration by 15% for each enemy hit for 10%, and a health boost there on that tier tree as well. All right, we go continue down. Some unknowns, looks like an armor booster, another unknown skill at the moment for the Colossus moving downward. And then as we move further to the right, another health increase. Outrider Commander, increase all healing and shields by 20% for you and your allies. So that's definitely going to be awesomely paired with a Technomancer, if not several Technomancers. Colossus and Colossus being 10% increase. Unending Watch reduces protection skill cooldown by 15%. Then further on, you have Unbroken Vow. You have a 100% chance to ignore damage that would kill you and instantly heal you for 50%. Yeah, that sounds like an amazing tank skill to have. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Hunter in Phantasy Star. Then you have Resist the Mob. Increase your resistance by 15% for each enemy in close range. So obviously if you're getting overwhelmed, that's going to help you obviously survive much easier. Another boost to your armor. And then Overlord of the Battleground. Gain an additional 10% health for each enemy that died in close range. Resist the Mob again, another increase of your resistance by 15% for each enemy within that range. Or you can just have a general 20% tank boost. And then Mighty Tank, increase firepower by 10% of your armor, increases anomaly power by 10% of your armor there to finish off the middle tier skill tree. All right, diving in to bottom tier in this case, or third tier, I don't know, alpha tier. You have Anomaly Reservoir, increases your anomaly power by 6%. Endless Tremors, reduces seismic skill cooldown by 15%, or Rejuvenation, increases your skill leech by 10%. I'm going to just make sure, yep, I got all those. Perpetual Motion, reduces kinetic skill cooldown by 15%. Or you have Anomaly Reservoir, increases your anomaly power by 6%. Or Paladin, using protection skills, increases your anomaly power by 60%. For 5 seconds. That's a pretty cool thing to have, almost in a way that it's surprising that it's a little bit further away from kind of the tank skill tree build out. Then you have the choice between Disturbing Coating and Endless Tremors, reduces seismic skill by 15% or increases your resistance piercing by 15%. Anomaly Reservoir, increases your anomaly power by 6. Then you have Anomaly Bullets, increases your firepower by 15% of your anomaly power, thus connected to, again, a question mark as to what that skill ultimately ends up being. Then you've got Bloodbath, Red River, bleed for 30% damage or 30% duration, or you can take a seismic skill cooldown by 15%. Another Anomaly Reservoir for anomaly power by 6%, connected to an unknown ability at this time, unknown passive at this time. Then you have the choice between Executioner, increases damage by 20% against enemies with less than 30% HP, or Bloodbath Red Rivers, bleed 30% damage, or a 30% duration to the bleed in this case. Another Anomaly Reservoir, connected to a bleed damage duration increase and blood donation, where you're going to be healed 50% of the damage that you actually caused by bleed. Or you can go, or in this case, then you got Rejuvenation, increases your skill leech by 10%, increases your armor skilled sentry by 20% and resistances by 20%, and then by 10% after your skill ends. Protected by the Anomaly, increase your armor bonus by 40% of your anomaly power. Then you get the choice between Pure Anomaly, increases your resistance to piercing by 15%, and Bloodbath Red Rivers, bleed 30% damage or 30% duration. I'm wondering if that's the note to themselves saying it's one or the other. Either way, your damage is going up with that. And then finally, you have Earth's Heritage, doubles seismic skills damage. All in all, this is exciting stuff to finally start to see some hard numbers and some names to these skills. Obviously, this is still a work in progress of a game. We're going to see more coming out here on the 25th, and then more going into, obviously, the release of the game. All this can subject to change, but again, the link to the skill trees are in the description of this video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, and you feel like I earned it, hit that subscribe button, come back to more. Thank you to the community putting this together, allowing us to kind of start to kind of plan out your builds, get a little bit excited about what's to come for the release of Outriders. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you check out the the link and go kind of look at these skills yourself, especially as these get updated as more information comes out. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Brian. This is Ginger Prime. You are awesome. I hope to see you in my next video, but until then, take care. This video is sponsored by me, Ginger Prime. Hopefully you'll check out my podcast channel, Ginger Gaming Radio, which we have lots of guests, lots of great conversations, and even more highlights. Links are in the description below. Let me know what you think. Thanks.